Hey, it's Mikey from Rockin' K, and it has been a crazy week. Here's Rachel. She's yawning. You can see she's tired too.
Yeah, it's been a long week.
But it's time for Coffee with the K's and a weekly roundup, so that's what's coming up. Hey, y'all. Welcome to another Coffee with the K's. So it's been it's been an odd week. It hasn't been.
Yeah, a little bit.
So we've had rain all week, and
It's been horrible weather.
yeah, it's been horrible. Still haven't found microphones, so that's why we're kind of loud.
Or trying to be
Well,
loud.
trying to be loud. We'll find a microphone solution. I'm pretty much set on the Rode mics. I think I'm going to pull the trigger on that. I'm hoping for some type of holiday sale or something like that because they are pricey.
Yeah.
What do we get done? So we were going to try to get some of the renovation work done. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. I didn't get the tools I needed because I am borrowing them. And
They haven't gone back to their home yet, so we have to wait for them.
yeah,
to
somebody else is borrowing them in the moment. So we'll get there. But I did spend a lot of time in the wood barn. So I had a bunch of pine wood that we brought in from the forest 2 years ago. And so I cut and split that all up into the kindling. So it's a little easier to light the wood boiler. And then I started conquering getting as much wood inside as I could. Have about, if I had to guess, maybe near half inside, something like that. So
He's just got to do it in stages because he's got to put the bullet heater on it to dry it because it's
just a touch out of range. Plus, it's wet because it's raining. So
he's been throwing it into the barn in rainstorms.
Yep. So we'll get there. We'll get it all inside. But that's been the brunt of the work for the week. And then if you saw Friday's video, I was thinking of a new idea of making like a Christmas decoration. So I went ahead and built the light box.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
It's on the thumbnail for this video.
Yeah.
It's that little green and red box that's sitting next to the Christmas tree. I think it turned out cool.
We'll probably make one or two more.
Yeah, it was my first go around, so you guys learned right along with me. I never built anything like this before, but I think it turned out pretty neat. It was a learning curve, and like I was saying on the video, you strive for perfection, but I think it turned out pretty decent.
Yeah, I think it looks good.
In our village, they've been doing the Advent windows and stuff like that.
Yes.
So what they do is, of course, Advent is the days leading up to Christmas, and not every day, but most days, especially on the weekends, they have houses that decorate the one window. We were talking about this before, so. We haven't been out and about much because the weather has been absolutely horrible. We just lucked out today. It was kind of nice, so we went.
It was overcast, but it wasn't raining.
Yeah, we went down to one.
Down on the river.
Down on the river.
Yeah.
And man, like we were saying, we were getting rain, and man, the river is running.
Yes. It's quite high.
It's probably 2 foot or so in height from hitting the island down there on the river, so it's moving pretty good. We are pressing to get some of the renovation work done. I want to get this floor cut. Hopefully we can get to it this week. I don't know. I have to get the tooling because what I'm waiting for is that big cement saw.
So we've been keeping busy doing other things that aren't worth videoing. Like
Yeah.
organizing in the house, boxing stuff that we had to take out of those 2 rooms.
Yeah, so we purged 2 rooms empty in order to do the renovation, and the one room had a shrunk or a large wardrobe, and man, there was a lot of stuff in that.
Yeah.
So, in thinking that the renovation wasn't going to take that long, we really didn't box it up and store it. We kind of just moved it, and
moved it into the dining room.
we were going to move it back when we were done. But one thing leading to another, and the renovation taking on a life of its own and kind of growing. Although it's not a bad thing, it's going to be really nice when it's done. We had to do some boxing up and stuff like that, so it really wasn't worthy of shooting video.
No.
So, you know,
we just got to try and get the house somewhat organized if it's just the old section of the house, because his birthday is on the 24th and Christmas is on the 25th, so there's going to be people in the house. So we're trying to get a little bit more organized without looking like we live in a construction zone.
Yeah. The channel has been doing very well.
Yeah.
We are at, well, right before we started filming, we were at 245 subscribers. So that's about halfway to the first tier of monetization. So that's great. It's actually just about a quarter of the way to full monetization, which is great.
To be honest, it's taken off.
It's growing.
It's taking us by surprise. So we're quite happy with that. We're glad that y'all like us.
Yeah, and if you haven't subscribed, please do.
Yeah.
It puts us that much closer. Overall, for views, we are just short of 20,000 views.
Yeah.
We're at 19,700 views, 700 and change views, and that's crazy. I never thought I would get that many views that fast.
I think we're just now going just at the end of our 4th month.
I'm not 100% sure. I think this is the 20th Coffee with the K's, so that would make it right about.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So we have 1,100 hours of watch time, so that's about 1/3 ish towards the first step of monetization, and about a quarter of the way again to the largest step, and I think it's the final step. I don't know. I don't see any other steps yet. I think I have to hit the first step and then the next step, and however it works.
We'll find out as we go.
Yep.
It's an experiment.
And we'll explain it to you as we go.
And Mike's been home a lot by himself this week. One of my community service projects is building a community garden on the air base that we're stationed at. And 2 nights this week he's had to do without me because I've had to stay on base for 2 separate events to promote that community garden. So he's...
Yeah, but for the most part, we're both been away from the house.
Yeah.
And taking care of a bunch of other things. And, just not worthy of video.
It's been a busy week for us, but it's not been
productive.
Yeah.
Like we've produced stuff for other people. It hasn't been productive for us. But that's okay. It is the season, right? But yeah, so going forward for the week, we'll be doing more firewood and, I think more firewood.
We'll probably construct a couple more of the Christmas package boxes.
Yeah, I think I have enough of the scraps of the acrylic to do at least one. And I was thinking about doing one similar to like a shirt box, like the box you'd get, a sweater in or something like that. And then kind of tipping it up.
Yeah.
At an angle. So we'll see.
You got to play with it.
And then this time around, instead of using vinyl, we're going to do some other method of putting color on it. This way, it shows you that there are options to making these boxes.
Yeah, because they got that paint, that plastic.
We don't know.
Yeah, we could use that.
We'll figure it out when we get there.
Yeah.
Because
and we're gonna have to
not to keep you in suspense, but hey, we need something for the video.
And we gotta come up with a more sustainable lighting system. Is that the best way to say it?
So right now I have a renovation style light socket with a power cord on it, and we need to go to the various home centers and craft stores and find like
Some
the
kind of
LED style
Yeah.
Christmas light plug-in,
Yeah.
lower wattage. I think we may even take like a string of the white lights and maybe just lay them
that would look
inside.
cool. Yeah.
Lay them inside the box so that it just lights the whole box up. But if you look at the thumbnail picture, you'll see the box is lit up. It's lit up with a renovation style light bulb socket with a LED light bulb in it. So while it is somewhat sustainable, I would prefer to have outdoor, specific outdoor lighting for it. So what we'll do is when we make the second box or the second and the third or whatever it works out to be, we'll come up with the lighting for it as well so that we can show you a different lighting option for these boxes. I think they're neat. It adds a little flavor and a little color to the outside, to the Christmas decorations. One lone box kind of looks lonely out there.
Yeah, it looks like some poor kid's not getting a lot for Christmas.
So I think by making some more, it'll look a lot better.
Yeah.
But hey, we'll see, right? That's what's coming up. Maybe I'll get to some of the renovation work. Whether we're working down in the soon-to-be winter garden, or the actual huge renovation project of the laundry entry room and the bathroom, because we need to get cracking on that. We're looking at insulation options and all that.
Yeah.
Because the cold snap, we could really feel the cold snap. And it's weird because the radiator connection in there, with it being, the radiator being unhooked, the way you stop the water flow is you turn, of course, the knob all the way down to the lowest setting. Well, the room was getting cold enough that the lowest setting, the frost protection was kind of kicking in, and it was turning the water on.
Yeah.
So I had to come up with a way to cap that off and all that, and we got it done. But it was actually getting cold enough in that room for the frost protection to kick in and the water to open up on the heating system.
So we've decided now we've got to do something because that front wall never gets sunlight. It's the north facing wall.
And there's absolutely no insulation. It's a block wall with no insulation.
So we're probably we have to readjust and we have to put insulation on that wall.
So we're going to put insulation on the inside of the wall.
Yeah.
And we'll figure that out in the options that we're going to, because there's many options. Whether it's spray foam, whether it's rock wool, whether it's foam board,
foam board,
fiberglass. I mean, there's so many different options, and there's going to be a false wall in front of it because we're hiding the toilet tank and all that in the wall.
So it makes it easy to insulate it.
So we can get a good layer of insulation on there. So we'll get that figured out.
Yeah.
And of course, we're going to bring you along the way. But I mean, for the most part, that's what's up.
Maybe I'll have time to make some Christmas cookies this week.
Yeah.
We usually try and make cookies together every Christmas, but with our work schedules and everything else that keeps coming up, we ain't had a lot of home time.
Yeah. So, it is a short one this week, I think. I haven't been keeping track of time, but that's what's up for the week. And so, in sticking with my motto, if you're thinking about family, if you're thinking about friends, give them a WhatsApp or a WhatsApp. Reach out, say hi. You'd love to hear from them too. And until the next one, auf Wiedersehen.
Tschüss.